welcome you to InfluenceHER. She's a former prosecutor, worked at the Attorney General's office, was an administrative law judge for child abuse cases, served as a parole commissioner of the parole board and professional boxing promoter. Today, Lisa Elovich is a life coach and founder of One with Life Tequila. Now, this is a first for me, Lisa. Welcome. I have never, ever done a shot on video with a guest.
Well, I'm glad I could break you in for this.
Yeah, so we might have to make this, something that we do each and every time with our guests. But thank you so much for joining us. I salute to you and toast you.
Thank
and
you.
Thank you. But I do want to get into why you're here and really why you reinvented yourself so many times. Why is it important to embrace change?
Well, I think change is inevitable. I once saw a quote that said, change is inevitable except for if it's from a vending machine. So we can't help it. Everything is always changing. Nothing stays the same in life, and we have to change along with it. Mm-hmm. And I think people need to be able to be flexible as things change and not get stuck in one thing.
So this leads us to One with Life. What is the inspiration behind this?
Yeah, so One with Life, the name One with Life, the acronym is OWL, so hence the owl and the tree of life.
Love the logo.
But thank you. So the phrase One with Life was taken from a book that I read called The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, which I highly recommend. And it's about finding inner peace in the present moment. So he constantly used the phrase, what it means to be one with life, aligning yourself with the universe, not carrying around that compulsive story in your head about failure or potential for failure, but just really being focused on what you're doing at the time. And if you keep coming back to the present moment, things just start to happen. The universe lets things roll out the way that they're supposed to, because you're living in a state of awareness and focus rather than a state of compulsive thinking of the mind.
It's amazing how the universe puts out signs.
Yes,
and you just have to be, tune into it.
Yeah, exactly. And you really, the universe is constantly putting out opportunities and signs and guidance on the direction that we should go to. But the only way you actually can see those signs is if you keep your mind still enough so that you can be in a state of awareness.
So what is behind the tagline, 99% peaceful, 1% wild?
So,
and which do you choose?
Yeah, it's meant to be funny and kind of ironic, because most people think of tequila as being really wild, 99% wild, but I wanted to do the other way around to show people that it doesn't have to be that way. You can find inner peace and be 99% peaceful, but have that 1% wild part where you're still having fun. You're enjoying your life. You're celebrating by having a shot of tequila with your family and friends, and that 1% can be pretty intense if you want it to be. But most of the time, we walk around, it should be in a state of relaxation and peace. And so it was somewhat autobiographical, or at least what I'm striving to be.
Lisa, I have a feeling that there's so much more in store for you. What is next?
Well, I would like to definitely grow this company. We started out with only 100 cases, and we keep doubling, tripling, and quadrupling our sales every year. So I'd love to turn this national. We're now in all over New York State. Our home base is upstate New York and Long Island, but we're all over New York now, and starting to really gain traction in Florida as well, and we'll be launching in Georgia soon. So after this is grown into a nationwide company and we get it to where we want it to be, I'd like to use the money from this company to create a not-for-profit organization called Teach Peace. And I want to help people find inner peace within themselves, because the only way to make real change in this world is really by changing ourselves. So that's my goal, and that's the mission, and really the driving force between One with Life Tequila is to be able to have the platform, the finances, and the ability to do that and to share that message.
It's remarkable. Thank you for sharing that with us. We do have time for 13 more questions. These are rapid fire questions that we call Baker's Dozen. We'll begin. Cocktails, shaken or stirred?
Shaken, definitely shaken.
Favorite tequila brand before One with Life Tequila?
Avion.
What historical figure would you like to have a beverage with?
Buddha.
That's a great one. All-time favorite professional boxer?
It's so hard. There's so many great boxers that I love for different reasons. I'd have to say Muhammad Ali.
It's a favorite of mine too.
Or Jack Johnson. I don't know if I could add another one.
You can. We'll allow you. Favorite Saratoga Springs eatery?
Oh, I'll have my accounts really mad at me for that one.
That's fair. That's fair. Favorite profession so far?
I loved being a boxing promoter. I love having a tequila company, but I would say being a life coach is my favorite.
Best advice you have ever received?
Stay humble.
One thing you cannot live without?
Tequila.
You're
kids,
like,
my kids. Definitely my children are my life.
And then tequilas.
Yeah, my children are my life, and then tequila. Yeah.
Favorite season of the year?
Summer.
Favorite leisure activity?
Yoga and meditation.
Favorite holiday?
Cinco de Mayo.
I like that one too. This next question is from Two Buttons Deep personality Taylor Rayo from our last interview that we did.
Oh, wow.
Favorite drink to go a couple of buttons deep with? And this was a really fitting one too. She had no idea you were our next guest.
I would say my favorite drink, if I had to make a cocktail with this tequila, would probably be lavender lemonade with some mint.
Sounds really good.
Go on drinking that.
Now you get to ask our next guest a question. What would that be?
How do you keep the energy level up when you have your own business without getting depleted? And that's something that I'm constantly working on and
Me too.
striving to just keep going, even when, you know, there are missteps and there are things that happen that you don't want to happen, because inevitably with every business there's peaks and valleys, and sometimes you go through periods where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this and taking this risk, and this is really hard, and how do I keep going without feeling depleted and discouraged sometimes? And that's something that I've been struggling with for the past 4 years. I try and keep up the positive energy all the time, and it's not always easy. So that would be a question that I would ask.
That's a great one. Lisa Elovich, One with Life Tequila, thank you so much for joining us and sharing some insight into what makes you tick, your many career changes that you've had so far throughout your life. We wish you continued success with the brand and with the nonprofit, because there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to make it happen. So
thank you so much.
We
Thanks a
certainly
lot. It's
appreciate
such a
it.
pleasure being here.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks.